Abyssal Contract Tokens are one of the main ways we can start getting gear, rare lithographs, crafting materials, and so many other things. But how exactly do you use them? Well, in the top right of your screen, you will see exactly how many Abyssal Contract Tokens out of the current cap of 20,000 you have. Now, by going to specific places during the day, like the ant nest, you can kill these mobs or any mobs in it, and as long as you have Abyssal Contract Tokens, you will get better drops or better drop chances. You'll notice every time we kill a mob, we will lose a few contract tokens. Now, using these tokens and farming these mobs are extremely important if you want a quick way to get that blue or even the epic gear. You'll notice we're getting a lot of ore, but we're also going to be getting a lot of green and sometimes even blue drops. As you can see here, just on this run, I have got a blue hat, and that's just walking in the entrance. Now, why are these so important? Well, even if you don't want the hat, these are going to be important in the lithographs. If we go in our lithograph book and filter to uncommon, we can see what we need to make the rares. And then if we go to rares, we can see what we need to make the higher up levels. Of course, you can see what we've already had. All of this is just coming straight out of these abyss dungeons, or open world dungeons, if you would. So you will see a lot of people farming in here. One thing I noticed, you won't always get loot if the mobs turn gray when someone attacks them, but it is cool to walk up to a group that's at half health, AoE them down, and even if you weren't the first one to attack, so even if they are gray, you are still going to be getting some pretty good rewards or potential drops from them. When it comes to actually acquiring the contract token points, one of the easiest way is through the resistance contracts, which you can get at any contract person in any main city. Now, these are going to give roughly 50 Abyssal Contract Token points per resistance contract completed. You can also get other ones throughout the story mode and the campaign, like these right here, these Abyss Charge Stones, which will grant 100 Abyssal Token points every time you use one. One thing you definitely want to keep in mind though is your Abyssal Contract Tokens are limited. This is not something that you can easily come by once you've spent all of your initial amount, because as you level up and use your initial resistance contracts, you're going to be left with quite a few. Now, after leveling from 1 to 50 and not spending any of them, I had right around 8,000 Abyssal Contract Token points, and they come by pretty slow now. You do not get as many of them. So when looking at the instance that you want to do, make sure you take a look at the level, make sure you're doing one that is appropriate. As of right now, the making of this video, Sanctum and Saradoma Island are not even available. Of course, this is early access, so the highest one we have access to is the Ant Nest.